So this is my before picture before I started. Stay tuned to see the after. What I'm doing here is actually just grooming my brows. I have to brush them up because my hairs are very curly and coarse. And so I take a Benefit brush that I have and my trusty Benefit mirror, and I brush them up and curl and cut the curls. Not all the curls, but I cut some of the curls that are on the top. I'd be really careful about doing this just because if you have curly brows like me, which is pretty rare, you might end up with a bald spot, which I have done in the past. The product that I use first on my face is the Quick Fix by Urban Decay. I can't say that I absolutely love it, but it's a good product. It smells nice. I then use my It Cosmetics moisturizer. I swear by this stuff. It's awesome. And then I use the Grwm Glow moisturizer. Actually, I'm here trying to open my lip balm, which I can end up not being able to open, which is bomb, but it's very, very difficult to open. And I realized that my lips are moisturized enough. There's the Grwm Glow stuff. It's also super bomb. It's another moisturizer, but it's an illuminator. After this, I use a Becca illuminating primer. The reason why I do all this is so that my skin is glowing from the inside out, and it doesn't when I go ahead and put the highlighter, I don't look like I'm just putting glitter on my face. It's actually just a finishing touch to multiple steps of illuminating that I do. Just had to take a great break. And here I then start to I have really bad eye circles, so I use a orange peach color concealer under my eyes. That one, I can't even tell you what it is, to be honest. I've had it for a little bit. It's Laura Mercier, and here comes Luna. You'll see her in a few minutes, or in a few moments. This is a Maybelline orange color concealer, and again, it's something so that I can kind of counteract the circles that I have pretty bad eye circles. I'm really yellow and the circles look kind of purple. And I use kind of a cheap version of a beauty blender. It's harder. I don't wet it, so it doesn't really matter. That's what I use to blend that out. This is the True Fit foundation. This is the first time I'm using this foundation, or this is the first bottle I've bought. I kind of go back and forth with a few of the drugstore brands just because they're good stuff. I've used the 7, yeah, I think that's what's called, or Boots number 7. This and the True Fit has been pretty good. I'm not sure if I'll buy it again though. What else am I doing here? Then I am looking for the I use the Fit Me concealer, and that's just to kind of highlight, do the under the eyes and the nose and the chin. I don't really do my forehead because I have a pretty bad crease, a half of an 11, what it's called. So I try not to put too much products on my forehead for that reason. This is the Anastasia contour what is it called, stick. Good stuff also. And then this is the Real Techniques version of the beauty blender. That thing is awesome. This is a good time to buy them because they have them, I think, in sets of 3 for Christmas gifts, and they're really affordable. So if you want to get one, this is the time to get them. And just go ahead and blend out the foundation stick or the contour stick, and it already, does change the shape of the face. So you can see here that just doing this is enough to kind of define your face. And then I use the Laura Mercier setting powder under the eyes. I use another cheap dollar kind of Beauty blender. Again, I don't wet that. This is hard because I use it to put this powder on. And you want to kind of look up so that, and stay looking up until you get the crease thing in, or the powder in, because if not, you're gonna get the powder is gonna get in the crease, and then you'll never get rid of that crease. You have to start over. What else are we doing here? This is the Anastasia contour kit, and this brush I got when I went to IMATS. I went to IMATS and I got that brush from Morphe. Changed my life. It's a very thick contouring brush, so it does so much work for you. I mean, the blending is like hella easy to do, and that I use powder so that I can set the cream colors that I've already put in. And there's always time to fit in a Bernie. And it's brow time, so I try to give the face a chance to dry a little bit before I go ahead and do the brows. They say to do the brows first, but I have a hard time doing the brows first. I've tried it multiple times. This is a Maybelline pencil. It's a good match for my roots, and it has a very thin point, which is not common for drugstore brow pencils. They're coming out more and more now, but before, I remember it was only the Anastasia Beverly Hills pencils that were so thin. So I go ahead, line my brow on the bottom, fill it in. Again, remember I told you that my brows are really, really curly, so my brows are definitely sisters. They're never twins. Just like your boobs, ladies. These your brows are, if you can get them exactly alike, more power to you, but I normally can't. So and then I use a flat pencil that I've had forever. It's an e.l.f. pencil, and I use an NYX, and this is just kind of a powder just to kind of fill it in a little bit. But what I'm gonna use, you're gonna see, is a concealer, very, very, very nude colored concealer that I use underneath to kind of erase any errors that I've made. I've been doing this for a long time. It's so much easier to do whatever and then fix it with this stuff. It's good. It's a good technique that I learned a long time ago. What else? Then I'm going to use a clear gel to kind of comb through the brows, get the product set and ready, and I'm done, pretty much done. This is an Estee Lauder bronzer that, let me tell you, I got last year from this lady that I worked with. This was limited edition, very, very difficult to come by, so I don't really take it out that much. And then I'm going to use my Milani blush because I'm a Milani blush whore. This stuff is bomb. The colors pay off amazing. They have good selection. They go on sale every so often. That's when you need to buy them. This brush I got for like $2 at Walgreens the other day. The other little brush I got, it was like a Christmas gift, and that highlighter is from Wet n Wild. Also, that was in a Christmas thing. It was like $10, but I really only bought it for the highlighter. The mascara, it turned out to be pretty good too, though. And I do this to kind of buff it in so that it doesn't just sit on the face. I do around the lips, and that's what kind of accentuates my pout. And then I show you this, but I don't use it yet. And that's the tinted primer from Benefit. I literally live and breathe for the tinted eyelash primer, and you'll see it when I put it on. That's a MAC. I want to say it's ochre. I've had it forever and ever and ever. Here I'm asking for my charger from my children. And I'm just gonna do a quick eye look. I use and here we are, plugging in the phone. I'm gonna use my Meet Matte palette. It's all matte colors, and I got that from IMATS that I went with my best friend Kesia. We went to IMATS in April for my birthday, so it was pretty cool. And here I am just using kind of like it's like a orangey nudie color, and then I put a little bit of a brown, darker brown on the outsides, and that's it. I don't use anything else from that palette. Oh no, I'm lying. I use kind of a darker brown to line underneath my eyes, and then that palette, I got it on sale, and it's a really good palette. And then I'm gonna use my Anastasia Beverly Hills self-made palette, and I pretty much use like only a couple of colors in this palette, but this is one of my favorite colors. It's really foily, shiny, and it's a very simple eye look. Of course you can do it up or do it down, and that's what I'm using, that brown color from that palette. Also a lipstick holder. Anybody that knows me knows I have lipsticks I've probably never worn before. I am obsessed with the Wet n Wild matte liquid lipsticks. They dry matte, but they don't actually crack your lips to the point where you can't even, you know, move your mouth. They have really great colors. They're really affordable, and they dry matte but not hard, and so I love them. I don't know what color this is, but I'll definitely put it in the details below. This is when I use the eyelash primer. I coat my lashes. It's a brown color. The brush is bomb. The coverage is bomb. If you wanted to only use this, you actually could, because it definitely lengthens the lashes. It darkens the lashes. But I use it as a primer, what it's intended to be used as, and then I go ahead and put on top of that a mascara. And so I actually use a very cheap mascara, a Wet n Wild mascara. I am always on the lookout for a good mascara, but this one came in the I'm using a liner to line the inner rim of my eye. It's like a cream color, and then I go ahead and use the other mascara, which is a black. You know, I'm always, actually no, I am using a little bit more highlighter, because I am also a highlighter. This is the Becca Champagne Pop. Everybody knows about Champagne Pop, and if you don't, you need to. And then there's my cheap Wet n Wild mascara that I go ahead and coat my lashes over and over and over again. I'm not good at putting on fake lashes on myself, so I rarely have them on, although I love the way they look, but I'm not good at it. So I coat my lashes a lot to get that look. So there's my finished look. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for the next look.